How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Blue Shifting and welcome to a little bonus video. This really should be short. I gotta make a brief announcement here. I'm making a few changes that I think will matter to you. Well, if you're seeing this, it probably does. I doubt the algorithm caught this one. So if you're watching this, it's probably because I either linked it on Discord or it just popped up in your feed and you're like, what the heck's this all about? Well, here's what it is. I'm going to be activating a couple things going on in the near future. It's a major changes to the channel, but I don't want to wait till New Year's for it to happen. Normally that's when I do changes, but this time we're doing things a little differently. Something you might have noticed as this video is going up live, I've just activated channel membership options. Now keep in mind this is just a way for YouTubers to be, supported directly through YouTube. I've been doing Patreon for a while, but that's because memberships weren't like really prevalent when I started that, and now that they are, but I'm not going to stop the Patreon. However, you should consider Patreon and YouTube memberships to be essentially the same thing. Like when it comes to the perks you get and like the access you'll have, like it's gonna be essentially the same. If I have any issues, I'll figure them out, but just know that if you want to support me directly and YouTube is a better avenue for that, like you absolutely can do that. Patreon's a great opportunity as well. It's just good to diversify anyway. So just keep in mind if you're doing either or, you're gonna get the perks. Now, what are those perks? Those have changed, and those are supposed to be. That's what I'm really excited to share. First of all, thank you so much for everyone who has supported me thus far. You are the goats. I am very, very lucky to have you in my life. But up till now, my Friday slot, which was reserved for the fans to be able, like the patrons to be able to vote on exactly what we played, was also the slot that was reserved for like smaller, like indie dev titles. Now, I do still want to support indie devs, and I'm still going to have a slot of my weekly schedule that's going to be dedicated solely to small developed names and new visual novel creations and new visual novel creators. And that's going to be moved to Wednesdays. Now, why is that? Because Friday's becoming unshackled. That's right. Fridays are going to be visual novel selection for patrons and memberships. Anybody who's like directly funding the channel. Every time we finish a series there, you get to have a vote and pick exactly what we play next. And I'm even going to poll you for potential interests. Like I poll the whole channel for like interesting visual novels, but the patrons and like the members of the YouTube membership system are going to be getting much more direct access to me and having a much more streamlined way of telling me what games they're interested in me playing. And then I kind of cultivate a list based on like those two factors, the general like interest on the channel and the specific interest of the patrons and members, and then I kind of funnel that into like a 3 to 4 selection, and then those patrons and members are going to be able to vote directly through that system on exactly what they want to see on the channel, and that's going to become unshackled. Pretty much anything's going to be game, so you can pick any visual novel or push any type of visual novel that you really want me to play, and you can kind of boost it. You can signal boost it if you're directly supporting the channel, because you're investing in the channel. So you get that signal boost. You can pick from anything. The only restrictions are going to be restrictions by publications. So some publishers have very harsh restrictions that I'm not going to play around with. A good example is Clanad. Can't play that one because they very specifically said the only thing you can cover is like what the demo covers, which is almost nothing. Anything beyond that, and they really don't want that. Now, some people do. They play with fire. Some people still make content for it, and like, I don't know how they get away with it. Maybe just they haven't gotten noticed yet or whatever, but like when they expressly tell me or publicly say, I don't want this content on YouTube, I'm not going to go against that. Like, if it's unclear, I'd be willing to gamble it. I still try to reach out at the very least, so I at least have a paper trail saying like, look, I tried to contact you, but like when they absolutely like contact me back or they've just published openly, no, then it's a no until I can get an exception made, which I'm hoping is what will happen if I show good faith like actions and activities. So when I make content, if I make it in good faith in ways that the content creation, like the companies can see I respect their IPs, I respect like their property, and I also am trying to be healthy for their community and for their sales and for like their ability to grow and to actually get support that they deserve for making the content. So that aside, anything else from that, free game. It doesn't have to be sequential. They can pick. You guys can pick a visual novel, and if it has a follow-up sequel, We can go right into the sequel if that's what wins the vote. We could get deviated, and like kind of take a break going somewhere else and then come back to it. Like, it all kind of comes down to you. Like, the reins will be in the hands of those who are directly supporting the channel. So the Friday is going to be Fan Friday. Like, if we play pretty much what you want. And every time we do a rap party, like we're going to be doing on this Friday, that's, you know, when I announce the next game, typically, if I can get the vote together. So if you're already a patron or a member, or you're signing up like right now, you will start getting access to the voting, which should be going up tomorrow sometime. That'd be Tuesday, the 13th of June. And then from Tuesday to Friday, I'll be doing that poll, and we're just going to see what wins. And then I got thinking, I was like, you know what? That's not enough. I need to sweeten the pot a bit more, because frankly, the channel's changed and my experiment has worked. And I'm very excited because the 5 videos a week was something I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do, especially as I was getting sicker. But I found that I can work with the schedule, thankfully, and I can make it happen. So I'm planning to keep that schedule. That means I want you all to have some a direct say in other things, because Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are non-visual novel story-driven content, and I don't want to stop doing that. I love that kind of content too. Visual novels will always be my personal favorite, but I mean, I've fallen in love with Yakuza and Trails in the Sky. Like, these are series that I can't imagine not playing anymore. Like, I look forward to being able to continue to share these stories and go through these adventures, but I want you all to have a direct say as well, just like in the Friday slot. So the Tuesday slot is also going to be available for direct input from the patrons and members. Now, that one, I guess, because of the length of the games we tend to play, like, I mean, I don't know how far along I am in Yakuza, but we're already in part 24. It's been going for a while, and I don't know when the ending's coming, but I feel like it's still got a ways before we get to that finale. I don't know. But regardless, when we get to that, like, then it's the time to decide, you know, what's the next one I'm going to do? Like, are you interested in the next Yakuza game? Do you want me to deviate and try something new that's come out? Are you guys really excited to see that Persona 3 remaster that's coming out? Is that something that we should put on the docket and have be selected by you? Like, that's something I'd probably be interested in playing, but I don't know how much I'd prioritize it over other titles that I've got interest in. And I want to make sure you have that input. So, what is the ultimate about this? Because I got to wrap this up. That's the thing. If you choose to be a patron or a member of a YouTube member, you will get direct voting access to my Fan Friday like content and my Tuesday content. I don't have a catchy name for that yet. If you got a recommendation, let me know in the description, or not the description, in the comments section. Because the description's mine. That's my place. Now, so that's pretty much it, but it's going to follow the same kind of structure and rules. Like, as long as publishers haven't overtly said, hey, don't make content about this, I'm going to try and go for it. I have also other restrictions, like hardware-wise. I only have a PS4 and a PC. Typically, those cover most bases, but I haven't upgraded to PS5 yet, and I'm not sure if I will. Maybe this coming holiday season, they might drop the price, or they might have a new one. I don't know. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to think it's time to upgrade, but I'm not in any hurry. I usually play on my PC, so I'm not lacking in content to play. So, yeah, that's just it, pretty much. And like, we'll discuss it later. But like, just understand, like, I want to keep creative like control on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Like, those are gonna ultimately be me. I still poll the channel at New Year's for those slots, just so I can kind of see what people are interested and excited to see, because that helps me make an informed decision. Because I often struggle with the last like the last couple choices, but I also want those who are directly contributing to the channel, who are directly making an impact and helping me like make this more possible than it ever could have dreamed. You all should have a good say on the channel too, and you all have good taste. I've yet to be driven astray by anything you've recommended, so I have complete faith that this is going to be a way to help like diversify the channel and help me feel like you actually have a good like your hands on the content in a way. So that's pretty much it. If you're seeing this video, if you've ever considered being a patron or a member, please consider so. I do a patron cast that's been falling off, but I'm really planning on getting back into it because I owe it to you all. And just know that if you're ever a patron or a member, but then you drop off, you're still always going to be cataloged. I'm still going to have your name in the end credits, and you're still going to have access to the patron cast. The thing you lose if you're not an active like subscriber, I guess, is going to be like the ability to vote in the polls. So like, if you want to be actively choosing what content I play on the channel, like what are the things that are going to be coming up next on Tuesdays and Fridays, then I invite you to join. And you don't even have to be doing a whole lot. Like a US dollar is a month is plenty. Like I don't need money really. It's mostly about having something sustainable, having something that can kind of help buoy up. Like there are some costs that I pour into the channel. I do invest stuff into the channel, and being able to have like the ability to continue to invest more and more means that the quality is going to continue to go up. The content, like the types of content I can cover has been able to go up. Channel art has been really fun, being able to support other artists, but also be able to have like a unique flavor for a lot of the bigger series we're doing, like Trails in the Sky, Yakuza. Like all these series have had some amazing artworks that have been done by people that I'm very happy to be able to support, to be able to help make the channel feel more alive. And like I'm probably going to look at updating the banner and maybe even like the logo picture sometime in the near future. So like that's the kind of stuff I'll be doing with that. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Sorry for all dragging you through that, but I just wanted to let you know what was going on, why things might have changed a little bit, but also what you can gain. And hopefully it's a positive change for those of you who are already my patrons, you know, and supporters, because I felt like I was kind of cornering you in what you could choose. And I kind of want to take those shackles off. So if you have a game you really want me to consider and you're already as like a patron or a member, like go onto the Discord into like the patron section and just drop like a thought there. I always read those and I typically respond to them very quickly. So it's a good chance to get something in, because I'm going to be putting out that the polls here really soon. So you have like I already know what some of you have been saying, but if you have any last second things you want to shout out, let me know. Otherwise, like just keep in mind it's going to be happening in the future a lot. So thank you so much. And until next video, watching me, ever see me next. I'll see you there.